What's good? What's happening? Back at it again. It's your boy Clearson.
I'm your boy Jeff.
And today we got a good video for y'all.
We know it's back to school season and we have a few questions.
Yeah, that y'all might have, and we're gonna give it to y'all with a little bit of help from this boy's little brother, the ugly, the infamous Alumni.
He's a sophomore in high school and he's gonna help us out with today's video. Personally, we dealt with a lot of questions that the average incoming student has.
In college, we were actually mentors for a lot of incoming students and a lot of transfer students. That was our job as work studies.
Thanks for having me, guys. I came up with a couple of questions. All right. What are some activities and fun things to do?
All right, activities and fun things to do. A lot of people find like fun activities quick in college. You know, I feel like a lot of people when they go there, they have the intention of, oh, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna do a whole lot.
For the most part, I don't know, a lot of colleges in the beginning or like the first week would have like a get together with all the freshmen, all the incoming students, and they'll provide events, different types of activities.
Also, sporting events, clubs, stuff like that. There's a whole bunch of places where you can find fun activities happening.
How do you figure out your major?
That's one of the hardest things that a lot of students can come across, finding out what major works for them. A lot of the time you have an idea and a lot of the time you don't.
Sometimes if you more tended towards one subject, you kind of want to study that more and go dive into that field a lot more. Or if you feel like you like an occupation, you're like, oh, I want to see exactly what this occupation could lead me.
What are the struggles of finding new friends?
I like that.
The easiest way is if you have a roommate, more than likely you guys will be in contact pretty much, I'd say 60% of the time you're there. You can get to know all the freshmen, and having a good roommate would help you have at least one friend, and then you guys can branch off and find your other friends. Another thing you could do is join a club.
How do you network?
Making friends is just like networking in a lot of ways. You know, sometimes you're going to come across people, and that's what I love about college. You never know who you're going to meet. So you might go to college with somebody and they end up being like the next president of America, or they end up being like a famous doctor or politician or whatever, right? So you don't really know who you're coming across, but it's always good to have a good impression. So then when you're networking, have that mentality where it's like, all right, sometimes not necessarily who you're networking with, is that you're networking with people, because you don't know how they're going to end up. And when it comes to networking, it's good to go to a good like events on college campuses, because a lot of events will have a lot of people showing up. And those people, you want to know those people, make like a connection with them and have a conversation.
What are some of the stresses?
That's a good question. So one of the biggest stressors for me personally is the workload and trying to manage your time and your relationships with other people.
I mean, I would say a big stress is like the exams, you know. Figure out how studying works for you and then study that way. If you have to cram, sometimes cramming is the best way of studying for some people. Cram. If you have to take notes and study periodically throughout the week, do that.
How is high school and college similar, and what are the differences?
So honestly, there's a couple similarities when it comes to college and high school. There's a lot of the same kind of like vibes when you're in the class, you're learning, you know, you're studying. But there's a big difference, I would say. There's a lot of difference. I feel like college is actually like a lifestyle. You're not just going to school, honestly. Although they call it school, it's more of a, you find a new home for now and you're living there and you happen to be going to class at the same time.
One of the differences is the expectations that you have. In high school, it's kind of a little bit easy to slack off, but in college, you have to have everything on time, in a timely manner.
Is college worth it?
It depends, because college is not for everyone. I'm not gonna sit here and say everyone go to college, go find a degree and stuff like that. It does have its importance, especially in terms of now that I see it after graduating. I see the importance of having specific qualifications for certain jobs. But at the end of the day, college is not for everyone. Maybe you're more into technical school. Maybe you want to go straight into a job. Maybe you want to open up a business. So it all depends on your preference and what you like to do.
What are some things that make it easier as a foreigner?
So I guess something that makes it easy, honestly, sports. You know, if you feel like, okay, money's gonna be hard on you, you know, you're not gonna really receive aid from the government, and it's gonna be an expensive debt that you're gonna be falling into. Make it easy on yourself by doing, like making yourself stand out, where you can receive grants and scholarships, because sports is definitely one. High GPA is gonna help you get some scholarships.
There are a lot of different programs that has scholarship opportunities that you can join. Maybe it's working at a specific clinic that'll provide you with a scholarship 2 years working there. So there's a lot of different things. There's FastWeb, a lot of different websites you can go to, and a lot of essay writing scholarships.
Is it necessary for non-major classes?
Colleges do it all the time. If you want to go to a college and say these are the required classes, you have to take a non-major subject. Like you have an example?
Like music classes?
Yeah, music, that happened to us.
Yeah, so you know, we went into biology and they had us take music class, you know.
And they give you those extra classes, that way you can figure out, like, oh, if I'm in music class, oh, I really do like music, let me try to pursue a career in that. If I like art class, maybe I like painting. There's a lot of ways that the school system provides you with so many different opportunities. That way you can look at what works for you.
And yeah, and honestly, sometimes when you are a biology major and you're only taking biology classes, that's gonna be annoying, you know. So maybe taking a music class, honestly, is an easy GPA boost, you know.
Do y'all think college should be free?
Should college be free? I think it'll be a lot of it should be, but there's a lot of like logistics that goes into that can complicate a lot of things. I believe that instead of college being free, I would say we should be provided with more resources in terms of like scholarships and grants.
Back in the day, right, when you see how like the living style was, college wasn't as big of a necessity. College wasn't as big as a
Necessity
as it is today. I feel a lot of corporations kind of push that mindset, like we're not just mindset, but that they push that rhetoric where it's like, all right, you gotta go to school, why am I hiring you, right? A lot of jobs that I personally had that I needed a degree for, you could do it without a degree, and you could honestly do it better if you just jump right into it before college sometimes, you know, because a lot of the times what they're really asking you to do, you do not need to go through 4 years of college to do. And anyone could honestly do it, but that requirement right there make you have to do it. So if I had to say, should school be free, I would say I wish it was just like back then, where it's like it's not a necessity to go to school. If you end up going for a ride and then you didn't pay a penny, that's free for you at least.
So look into those scholarships. What's your next question?
All right. What is life like after graduating?
In my personal experience, I feel like in terms of like finding a better job and a high paying one, it's extremely important for you to further your education, especially with a degree in the sciences. Like going to grad school, going to med school.
For me, looking at it in hindsight, I'm happy I did go to college. I'm happy I graduated. I feel like me compared to someone that didn't go to college, there's not much of a difference between our like characteristics. So I don't think it adds to you as much as a lot of people might believe. But I think it makes a lot of a difference in terms of opportunities that I have compared to someone who didn't graduate, right? I feel like it takes a lot of stress knowing that finding a job is a lot more easier than not having this degree.
Any culture shocks?
A culture shock for me was like how dirty people could be.
That's true, because
people will walk barefoot to the bathroom and stand in the bathroom barefoot, and it's like a public bathroom, like
that's disgusting.
Yeah, there's like 5 bathrooms on this one floor, right? And then you see old boy walking down barefoot, walking to the bathroom,
that's y'all nasty,
use it and leave and go right back and hop on their bed. That's wild. That's a culture shock for me.
For me, it comes so for me, we basically grew up in an urban area where everyone around us looked like us. So it was kind of a little culture shock when you started seeing people a little bit different from you, especially where at that point you became the minority. When we got to college, we actually became the minority and basically seen how, you know, the world is, how the United States is. Different people from different backgrounds, different cultures, religions, ethnicities, nations. Through time, I kind of got used to it.
Oh no, you definitely got used to it, huh?
I did get used
He got
to it.
a lot used to it. But yeah, I feel like that's some good questions you brought up. Honestly, I hope we answered them good. If I feel like y'all have more questions, we can give y'all a little follow up, or answer it in the comment section. Woo, you want to do like, share, and subscribe?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
Yeah. With all that being said, we'll catch y'all in this next episode. Check us out Monday and Thursdays, 7
It sound like it look like gang signs like it look.
Vagabond.
You ain't gonna do that.